Hi children, welcome to Guru Institute. Today our topic is the structure of atom. We have to see about the Bohr-Sommerfeld model. Right? According to Bohr, what is the atom is in a sphere shape. The center nucleus is there. Around the nucleus, electrons are revolving around the nucleus in a fixed path. So this is the model. What is So this is given K, L, M, N. First orbit, second orbit, given the name is what? Fixed orbits or fixed shell. First shell, second shell, third shell, fourth shell. Or first orbit, second orbit, third orbit, fourth orbit. So he has given the names N is equal to 1, N is equal to 2, and N is equal to 3, N is equal to 4. Alright? So this is about the Bohr's model. He also given the number of electron position by his formula 2n square formula. 2n square. For first orbit, for K orbit, 2n square, 2 into n is equal to 1 square. How much you will get? 2 1s are 2. So 2 electrons are revolving around the nucleus in the first orbit. Then coming to the second orbit. So how much? 2 into 2 square. So 2 into 4. So totally 8 electrons it can be accommodated in the second orbit. Right? So next coming to the third orbit, 2 into 3 square. So 2 into 3 square means 9. 2 9s are 18 electrons you can accommodate. And coming to the fourth orbit, N, 2n square again 2 into 4 square. So 2 into 4 4 is 16, 32 electrons you can accommodate. So according to Bohr, the first orbit we can accommodate only 2 electrons. Second orbit we can accommodate 8 electrons. Third orbit 18 electrons. The fourth orbit 32 electrons is given like this. So but it has a little bit failure, and then Sommerfeld came. He has do some small correction in this one. Instead of he has done the total model same like he has kept the same model as the Bohr's model only, but he has changed a little bit one. In place of circular orbits, he has taken the elliptical path. He has taken the elliptical path. Just see here. This is the nucleus. So this is the first orbit, second one, third one, and fourth one. These are totally 4 orbits given by the Bohr, but he has changed these orbits into the elliptical orbits. So just observe this one. For first orbit, what is the N is equal to 1. It doesn't change the first orbit. He also thinks that the first orbit should be circular only. Then, but he changed the second orbit. So N is equal to 2. So N is equal to 2 orbit. He added it doesn't change the circular orbit, but he has added the extra orbit. For first orbit, he doesn't add any extra things. For the second orbit, he added one of the elliptical orbits. This is he has given L. He has added the 1 orbit. Here he doesn't add any orbit, so that's why we have to take a L value 0. He has given the name. Both given the circular orbit's name is N. He has given the name is L. Okay, we have to think about this one in the next topic. So then, for the third orbit, it doesn't change its orbit, but it just added the orbit. For the third orbit, that is what N is equal to 3. What he has done means, he has added obviously here nothing added, here 1 added, here he has added 2 more orbits. 1 and 2. So this is L is equal to 1 and this is L is equal to 2. Then coming to the fourth one. What he has given me is, so this is the L is equal to 4. So obviously the nucleus. So he has added how many? 4 elliptical paths. First elliptical path, second one, and third one he has added like this. So he added 3. L1, L is equal to 2, and this is L is equal to 3. In the starting primary orbit, we can take as L is equal to 0, and L is equal to 0, L is equal to 0. So this is about the Bohr-Sommerfeld model. So Sommerfeld just added the elliptical path along with the circular path. He just changed like that only. It doesn't add any orbital, that means any elliptical path to the first orbit. He added the elliptical orbit to the second orbit only 1. For third orbit, he has added the 2 elliptical orbits. For fourth orbit, he has added 3 elliptical orbits. He has given name as indicated by a small L. So in this one only, the electrons are adjusted. That means their position will be changed and they are placed in the orbit. He has given that name. So this total model we have given as a Bohr-Sommerfeld model. However, this model is successful to explain the hydrogen line spectrum and finite line spectrum also very clearly. Bohr doesn't explain about the group of finite spectrum, but this is explained that one. But what is the drawback means it can explain only hydrogen spectrum only. Hydrogen line spectrum only it can explain. The main drawback is it can't explain the spectrum of the atom which having the more than atomic number one. That means it explains the only hydrogen spectra. Remaining helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, the remaining elements it can't be explained. So this is the main drawback of this one. So next, after this one, what they are told that nucleus, the final conclusion is what is that? Atom is at the spherical shape. So at the center nucleus is there, nucleus is protons and neutrons, and electrons are revolving around the nucleus in the fixed path. They call as a orbit. Along with the orbit, what is this another elliptical orbit also there. So circular orbit, elliptical orbit also there. In this one only they have to move. So according to the first one, only 2 electrons will be there. In the second one, in this one and this one, combinedly 8 electrons. And here among 1, 2, 3, this total 3, 1 circular and 2 elliptical. Totally how much? 18 electrons will be revolving in this one, that means placed. And here 1 circular, 1, 2, 3, 3 elliptical. Totally how much? 13. 2n square formula. So we have used. So total electrons will be placed here. So this is there given. Then, right, we have a small dot. Then where should be these electrons? So this is the theory. Then where should be the electrons? Where they are present at exact position? Are you easy to find the position? Then they are revolving around the nucleus means they are having some velocity, right? So that velocity. What is the velocity of the which one? Electron, and what is the velocity of the electron and what is the position of the electron? How we can find the exact position and velocity of the electron in this atom? Okay, so then suppose in the dark light it is possible. Suppose in the one room is dark, how can you find the position of any articles or any, suppose any object is kept in a shape or somewhere in your room, so but there is no power, then we can use a one torchlight. And what is the torchlight is focused on that article, then it will reflect back, you can able to see that one, right? Like that only, you can be able to find the position of the atom. But atom is not visible to our direct eye. Directly we are not visible to that one. But why? Because our eye is not sensitive to look the atom. It's a very minute particle, very teeny particle, right? So that's why you have to take a light which is having the small wavelength. When you get the small particle, right? And you have to focus on that one in by using a respected labs and activities. So then in the laboratory, then we can find that suppose if it is suppose this is the atom, I am drawing individual 1, 2, 3, 4. If you combine all this one, you will get the total structure. So then if you focus on that one, if you focus in any atom, suppose it is passing on to, suppose it is touching to the any electron. So then what happens? It will disturb the electron. That means it's a very small one. Electron is a very small one. Then you are also sending the very small wavelength light. Then these both are interact to each other. Then automatically what will happen? That light will disturb the electron. Then automatically electron changes its motion. Then its motion means then what will happen? What Bohr says that they are moving in a fixed path. Then fixed path is possible. Then automatically it changes direction. Right? So that is not possible. Suppose if it is disturbed by them. Suppose if they are not disturbed by your light, they are not disturbed by your light, then automatically what they are telling that they have the fixed boundaries. They have fixed boundaries, fixed energy level, neither is there given, right? If they are disturbed means their position is not at the fixed position. The position is varying. If they are not disturbed means they are not present at a fixed boundaries. Then we are getting some of the new idea. So these concepts are given by the great scientist Erwin Schrödinger. To observe the exact position of the electron in an atom. So what is given means? So combined we have seen this one first of all before going to Schrödinger theory. So this is the nucleus. This is the first orbit, second orbit, third orbit, fourth orbit. So first orbit doesn't add anything, but second one is added 2 more orbitals, right? So I'm drawing the total Suppose 4 if you combine like this, you will get 1. But second one, you add the 2 electrical paths, right? So second one, you add the 1. First one nothing, second one 1. Then third, first one 0, second one 1. For third one, I think 2. 1 and 2, like this you will get. For fourth one, you add the 3. 1, 2, 3, like this you will get. So it will get being very confusing. So that's why I am drawing it individually. So right. So simply to find the exact position of the electron. So like that. So what they are given, they have a fixed boundary, fixed position like that they are given. But according to this small activities, what Schrodinger is given that? So they are having a not fixed position in an orbital. Okay, and these orbits have not fixed boundary. The electron is revolving around the nucleus, right? But they are not having the fixed position. They are having a different position while moving, and their boundaries are not fixed. This concept is given by Erwin Schrodinger. This theory is known as quantum mechanical model. It is a very fine model to explain exact position of the electron in an atom. How where the exact electron is located. Then instead of this one, instead of the fixed orbit, what they are told that they are having the fixed orbits, right? Instead of the fixed orbits, he has given an idea according to his theory, quantum mechanical model. Electrons are revolve, but not in a fixed orbit. They are in the some fixed space around the nucleus. Not in a fixed orbit. They are revolving around the nucleus in some fixed space. That means fixed region. Some region of space they are revolving. So then he has given the name for that one is orbital. Both given this what? Orbit is a fixed path. What is given that? They are revolving around the nucleus. That is correct. But not in a fixed path. They are revolving in that one in a fixed region of space around the nucleus. So in that nucleus, in that around the nucleus space, it is maximum to find the probability of electron. Then the maximum finding probability of electron is known as orbital. The probability of finding electron is maximum around the nucleus in a fixed space of region is known as orbital. Right? So this is given by a Schrodinger, Erwin Schrodinger, the great scientist. Yeah, his name is Schrodinger. Erwin Schrodinger. So he has given this theory, quantum mechanical model. So according to him, he has proposed the 3 quantum numbers laterally, and one more is added to observe the exact position. Those are called quantum numbers. So totally we have 4 quantum numbers. Those are N, L, M, S. These 4 quantum numbers will give you the exact position of the electron in an atom, where it is located exactly, where it is revolving. So in which orbit it is revolving, in which orbital it will be there, in which substrate it will be there. So he has given this one. So the main theory given by Schrodinger. Okay, right? So the region of space is called a orbital. So now we have to see about these N, L, M, S values. Already we know that. So just we have to try one more thing. So first orbit, second orbit, third orbit, fourth orbit. For our easy understanding purpose, we have to take this one. Okay. So this is a Bohr's model or Bohr-Sommerfeld model. We can add n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, and n is equal to 4. What is its name? The first one, shell. Shell means orbit. Orbit or shell or fixed path all are same. So according to Schrodinger also, what is the Bohr-Sommerfeld model given that? These orbits are fixed energy level, stable energy level. So write that only. In place of orbits, I have taken that what? Orbital. Orbitals are the stable energy levels. So this is K and L, M, N. Okay, right. So then coming to the Bohr-Sommerfeld, this is the Bohr's model. Then coming to the Bohr-Sommerfeld added what? For first one it doesn't add anything, 0. For second one it has added the 2 orbitals. Sorry, it has added the 1 orbital. It has added the 1 orbit to that one. Along with the circular orbit, it has 1 elliptical orbit, not orbital, sorry, orbit. So So L is equal to 0 is the first one, second one is L is equal to 1. Already previously we have seen that. For third one, we added the 2. We added the 2. L is equal to 2 is added, L is equal to 1 is added. Then the primary is which one? The circular orbit is 0. For third one, we added the 3. L is equal to 1, L is equal to 2, L is equal to 3 is added. But the starting one is one circular, that is L is equal to 0. In each and every orbit, the first orbit, it doesn't change the circular orbit, it keeps the circular orbit same only, then A is added. So the first one is given by both. And first one is not changing. Along with that one, A is added. For second orbit, first orbit doesn't add, so that's why this is only 0. For second orbit, the circular one is 0, the elliptical one is 1. Circular one is 0, ellipticals are 2. So circular one is 0, ellipticals are 3. So this is given here. So next, what is given? The revealed showing is given the which one? Orbital. So that is why that is by m. We can indicate by orbital number by m. So before going to that one, we have to see this one. So L is equal to 0. L is equal to 0. L is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. These are called shells. These are called shells. Shells are orbitals. Sorry, orbits. Shells are orbits. K, L, M, N. So this is the n values. So next, coming to this one, this 0, if you see here, 0, 0, common, and 1, comma, 2, comma, 3, comma. Then here what is there? L is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. These 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are called subshells. So Bohr's model orbits are called shells. And with the Sommerfeld models is called subshells. The revealed showing is added for this one, orbitals here is added. Orbitals is added. So before going to see this one, this is indicated by m. So these are called degenerated orbitals. How they would be look like? So we have to see this one. So along with this one, who's the Sommerfeld given? So these subshells also given the name. So we have to see that one first. L is equal to 0 is known as S subshell. Next, L is equal to 1 is known as P subshell. L is equal to 2 is known as D subshell. L is equal to 3 is known as F subshell. Or S orbital, P orbital, D orbital, F orbital. Like that, we have to take this one. L is equal to 0, name is S, and L is equal to 1, name is P. L is equal to 2, that is D. So make L is equal to 3, that is F. So these are called subshells. S subshell, D subshell, D subshell, F subshell. So next, coming to this one. So the next theory, if you observe this one, what are the L values? Up to n minus 1. 0 to n minus 1 is there. See here, 0 to n minus 1 formula we can use 0 to n minus 1 for L values. n is 1, 1 minus 1 0. Here 2 minus 1, 1, 0 and 1. Here 3 minus 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. Here 4 minus 1, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is the formula for the L value. So next coming to the M value, right? Before going to that one, we have to see this one, a small one. So S, P, D, M. So these are called as the subshells, right? So then these are also known as the degenerated orbitals. So then in this one, for S orbital, we have only one orbital is there, one degenerated orbital is there. For P subshell, we have 3 degenerate orbitals are there. So for D orbitals, we have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 degenerate orbitals are there. For F subshell, we have 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Totally 7 subshells are there. That means orbitals are there. So totally both models are shells, that is orbits. These are called suborbits. So these are called orbitals. That's it. Orbits, suborbits, orbitals. So no need to confuse. So simple one. So for in the again in the S, only one orbital is there. In the P, 3 degenerated orbitals are there. Degenerated means these are having the equal energy levels. Okay. So then D has 5 and F 7. Totally odd numbers 1, 3, 5 and 7. Totally this type of are there. So next, this each box will accommodate the 2 electrons. Each box will accommodate the two electrons. One is clockwise direction. One is clockwise direction and another one is anti-clockwise direction. One will be facing there clockwise and another will be facing there anti-clockwise. So next here also 1, 2, 3, next 4, 5, 6. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The immediate one 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right? This is about the total quantum numbers. Okay? Just see here. Total how many electrons are there? Here 2. One box means 2. 3 boxes. That means 3 orbitals mean 3 suborbitals mean 6 electrons. 5 suborbitals means 10 electrons. Here 14 electrons. So we have to keep like this one. So simply all these ones we have to think here. So n will give the size of the orbit, size of the atom. N will give the size of the atom. So next, size of the electron. So next, and L will give the shape, size and shape, and m values will give the, that is going to have m values. So here for S, this is there. So next P, 3 boxes will be there. So D, 5. Once I just see here. So then F, 7. Alright, so if you observe this one, then this each degenerate orbitals have the some of the one value is there. So this is 0. Next, middle one is take 0. The right side you take plus 1 and minus 1. And again 0, plus 1, plus 2, minus 1, minus 2. Next 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. These values are called m values. These values are called, what is that? M values. Simply we can take the, what is the, for P means L is equal to 1. S means L is equal to 0. D means L is equal to 2. F means L is equal to 3. So the formula is the m values are from, starting from minus L and ending to plus L. It will be available from minus L to plus L. L values are from 0 to m as well. But m values are from minus L to plus L. Here 0, 0 and 1, minus 0 plus 0 both are same, only 0. Right? So then L is equal to 1 means minus 1 to plus 1. Minus 1, 0, 1. Minus 1, 0, 1. L is 1, 0, 1, 2. Here that's it. So next, L is equal to 3 means minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. These are the values of m values. So then one is horizontal one is clockwise and another one is anti-clockwise. So that is about the spin quantum number. So totally, let's see here, all we have to compare this one. Total 4 quantum numbers. So n and L, m and s. So n means principal quantum number. L means azimuthal quantum number or angular momentum quantum number. M means magnetic quantum number. S means spin quantum number. It will give size, it will give shape, it will give the orientation, and it will give the direction. It will give the size and it will give the shape, it will give the orientation and it will give the whether the electron is revolving clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction at that position. So size of the orbit and shape of the orbit and what is that orientation of the electron and direction of the electron. That is the attitude. So that's why it's the orbit. So this is the what is the suborbital, suborbit, orbit, suborbit, orbital, and that is the simply spin. That means spin means what? Rotation. How that is spinning? That is revolving around the nucleus, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Okay, right? Clockwise or anti-clockwise. How it can be moving? He has to show that. That means either clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. How it can be revolving? That is shown that. Clockwise you can take the upward symbol. Anti-clockwise you can take the downward symbol. But whenever you are writing in the box, so you can write like this, or otherwise you can erase these two. This side and this side, you can simply write like this. So then, see here, suppose n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Then your n value is how much? 0. Why? Because it doesn't add anything. So L value is from 0 to n minus 1. So then m value is what? Minus L to plus L. L value, S value is, suppose it is a clockwise, this value is plus of. Suppose it is anti-clockwise, this value is minus of. That's it. So simply if you see here, L is 0. Then L is 0 means m is also 0. M0 means for S value, for spin. So then what happened? L is equal to 0 means only one orbital is there. L is equal to 0 means you can write here, this is a S orbital. So next, here 2, 0 and 1. So that means it's a S orbital, it's a P orbital. So then here 0, 1, 2 means S orbital, P orbital, D orbital. Next 0, 1, 2, 3 S, P, D, F. Like that is there. So totally 0 means S means only one box. So that is 0. So next here what happened? One is plus of, one is minus of. Two values. So next again S value is same. So for P value I am writing, S is repeated. P value 3 boxes. So what is the first one is 0, next plus 1, next minus 1. Right? So 3 are clockwise and 3 are anti-clockwise. Right? So next coming to S and P are repeated and drawing about D. D is 5 values. So 0, plus 1, plus 2, minus 1, minus 2. So here 5 are clockwise, 5 are anti-clockwise. 5 plus us, 5 minus us. Next coming to here, SPD, same here. I am writing the seventh one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So simply, what is that? 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 2. So again, here 7 boxes are there, 7 clockwise and 7 anti-clockwise. So this is the product structure of the quantum number. That's it. So this is given by the Irving Schrodinger to understand the exact position and location of the total electron where it is presented. So if you see about this one, for clear one, see here, all we have to compress. First orbit, second orbit, third orbit, fourth orbit, right? So first here, n is equal to 1, then n is equal to 0, then obviously m is equal to 0. M is equal to 0 means only one box. Then obviously how many electrons will be there? 2 electrons will be there. That's it. Over. So next here n is equal to 2. The n value is what? 0, 1. 0 and 1 means m is the maximum value. So 0 means here S orbital is there. 1 means P orbital is there. For S orbital, here S orbital is there. S orbital one box. One box means how many electrons are there here? 2 electrons. So then P means 3 suborbitals are there. So that's why this is the 3 to the 6 electrons. So totally 8 electrons are revolving in this one. Right? So its values are P is equal here 0, here minus 1, 0, plus 1. These are the m values. Next coming to here, n is equal to 3. N is equal to 3 means n is equal to 0, 1, 2. N is equal to 0 means it's a S orbital, it's a P orbital, it's a D orbital. S orbital means one box, so totally here 2 electrons. P orbital means 3 boxes, that means 3 orbitals, 3 suborbitals, so 6 electrons. D means 5 suborbitals are there, so that's why there is a 10 electrons. So totally 2 plus 6 is 8, 8 plus 10, total how much? 18 electrons that is revolving, that is located in this orbit. So next. So what is the record of the m values? So here m value is 0, is minus 1, 0, 1. Here minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. I am not writing this one. Again this is same. So what is that? Here m is equal to 0 and this is m equal to 0, minus 1, 0, 1 and remaining the same. So now coming to the last one. What is this one? n is equal to 4. Then l values are 0, 1, 2, 3. First one means which one? 0 means yes. Next 1 means P, 2 means D, 3 means F. So again for S orbital, how many are there here? 6, D 10, F 40. Totally 2 plus 6 is 8, 8 plus 10 18, 18 plus 4 32 electrons will be there. So right. So next, what is there for totally last one? We have the values -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, yes, we are already repeated. So this is about the total, a single line picture of the atomic structure having the 4 quantum numbers and exact position. From this one we can conclude. So already in the given Bohr given the 2n square quantum, 2 electrons, 8 electrons, 8 electrons, 30 electrons, right? So 2 electrons mean these 2 electrons are present in s orbital only. 8 electrons in the second orbit means this in the second orbit how many orbitals are there? 2 orbitals are there. S is there, P is there. So in the first one 2 are there, in the second one 6 are there. Next in the third orbit, what is there? 3 orbitals are there. 3 and 3 orbitals are there. Third orbit 3 orbitals. So S, P, D. In the S2, P6, D10. Totally 18. It's fulfilled. Next coming to the fourth orbit, totally 4 orbitals are there. S, P, D, F. Respectively they are fulfilled. The total number is 32. Like this that will be there. So all are correct, but exact position is given by the Erwin Schrödinger. So by the quantum numbers. Okay, children. So this is the topic. I think you understood. So totally n will give the size of the orbit, and l will give the which shape it is. Either elliptical one or circular one. Suppose it is 0, it's a circular. It is a 1, 2, 3. It is a elliptical. Then m will give the orientation of the electron. How it will be oriented, where it should be. Then S will give the what is the spin quantum number. Here S means S orbital. So S will give the spin quantum number. That means either electron is moving in clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. If clockwise you can take plus of, anti-clockwise you can take minus of. So this is about the total theory. I hope you are understood. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and share to your friend. If you have any doubts, please post on the comment box.